that's great. Good start for us. Good morning and welcome on this beautiful November morning. Welcome to November and welcome to Monte Vista Unitarian Universalist congregation. I'm Debbie Skirdo and I'm a member of the board, representing the board today. We have several announcements. I just want to make sure though first, is everybody well rested? Feeling full of vim and vigor and energy? Excellent. Glad to welcome our folks on Zoom too. We always enjoy seeing you, and hopefully some folks will stay and talk to the Zoomers after service. Let's see. Are you guys all checking into your Thursday community connections? I hope so. If it's not working for you or you haven't signed up, you can go to the Greater Station and sign up there, and that way you get everything that we know on Thursdays, if we know it by Thursday. So, I know that we all know that Tuesday is a very important day, so if you haven't already voted, which I bet you a lot of us, how many people have already sent theirs in? Yeah, I thought so. But be sure that you don't miss out, that you get a chance to vote. It's important that we say what we want, and we'll wish us all good luck. Also on Tuesday in the morning, the board is meeting for an executive meeting here at 10:30, and we'll be getting as much business done as we can. At 7 p.m. Tuesday night, that's the 5th still, it will be Taco Tuesday, and I bet there'll be a lot of talk. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm sorry, I take it back. They said there is no Taco Tuesday. Can't. They're going to be watching TV information. Makes sense. Okay. Wednesday, November 6th, is the administrative team's second meeting at 5 p.m. here, if possible, to be here in person. Otherwise, I think it'll be on Zoom too, right? Is that correct date and everything, or no? No, it's the 13th. Oh Lord, I'm not doing too well here, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, on the 13th for the admin team folks. Yeah. Okay, so take that back, not the 6th. I saw Murray's face go, huh? Okay, I'm sorry, Murray. Didn't mean to scare everybody. But I do think this is correct. Lily, we are having practice on the 7th for choir, Thursday night. Okay, I got one. I got one right. Oh, okay, so choir practice at 7 on the 7th, and we will be singing next Sunday, not this Sunday, because we look a little invisible here for today. Okay. Friday the 8th, I believe this is right. CUPS is still meeting or no? Yes, there is CUPS. Yay! On Friday at 7. Okay. Now, I have a little reminder and a little bit of encouragement. If you bring any kind of reusable mug or cloth napkin or little plate for your goodies, you can put a raffle ticket in the bin over there at the green table and win a prize, possibly. So I brought mine today and I put my ticket in. And I have to remember to use it. I did bring it, so I'll have to remember to use it. Also, and the raffle's gonna take place every month. Okay. And we are still always looking for more folks who want to be working on fundraising. And that's going to include things like finding ways to encourage more rentals, so we get some money coming in from outside, not always just from us, and see what kind of event or things we can come up with that will earn some more money to help us with our economy. And let's see, what else did I want to say? Oh, last but not least, for Thanksgiving this year, because we have none of the board members, and that's who has been doing the Thanksgiving dinners, cooking and serving and setting up and cleaning up, no one's available to do that this year. So we're calling our new campaign Thanksgiving at Your House. So if you are a person that is cooking Thanksgiving dinner at your home and you have room at your table, if you would be looking at this list, I'm going to ask folks that would like to go to someone's house, okay? They would like to be invited. I'm going to ask them to sign up on this sheet which will be at the, I'll put it on the green table. They can put down, yes, I would like to come, here's my number, here's my email, I can bring such and such. And they can put, like, if it's one person or two people or something. So then you can, hosts and hostesses can go back and say, oh, look, this is 3 people. I have 3 places. Great. I'm going to call them and invite them to Thanksgiving. Otherwise, it would be host and hostesses listed, and people would then have to call and say, hi, can I come to your house for dinner? That's kind of awkward. That's more awkward. So hosts and hostesses, look at this. People that would like to come to another household for dinner. I know a few people have already invited folks. Or if you know of someone who needs a meal cooked and brought to them or purchased and brought to them, please indicate that also. So we, you know, people that can't get out, if they're kind of housebound, we don't want them to be left out either. Any questions, see me or Megan? We're going to kind of head off the questioning. And if anybody, could I just have a really quick, I don't want to make anybody feel bad, who hosts or hostess, how many host families do we have that have a place or more at their table? So we've got 1, 2, 3, and I think the other family already invited people, so they're full up. But if you need a place, that's one idea. Okay? If there's an issue, let me know. And I would now like to introduce our lay leader for today, Karen Lane.
Thank you. I've never been clapped for at church before. That's kind of fun. So, we'll start the service by sounding the bowl, once to give thanks to those who came before us, once in appreciation of those with us here today, and a hearty welcome to those who'll join us in our future together and beyond. And I'd like to invite Jimmy up here to help light the chalice. As Jimmy lights our chalices, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith, let's consider the words of Eric Hepburn. We light this flame to remind us love is the center. As we grow and connect, mature and deepen, love remains the center. When the light of truth burns all else away, love remains. Thanks, Jimmy. Our invocation is Spirit of Life. The words will appear on the screen above, and we'll sing it once in English and then once in Spanish.
Compassion,
Please be seated. Please join me in reading our covenant aloud. Love is the greatest purpose of this congregation. The search for truth is our constant star, and service is our prayer. We pledge our hearts, minds, and hands to challenge injustice with courage, to make choices for a healthier planet, and to live out our Unitarian Universalist values every day as beloved community. Thus do we covenant with each other and with all that is sacred in life. Thank you. And now Robert will come and share a wisdom tale with us.
Good morning, everybody. Today's story is A Day with No Words by Tiffany Hammond, with illustrations by Kate Cosgrove. The illustrations are really nice. I'll put the book on the RE table and after, so if you want to look through the pictures, you can. Early morning chases a long night. Mama pulls the curtains back to welcome in the sunlight. My eyes squeeze shut. I'm not ready to get up, but I open my eyes. I reach for my tablet, look at the screen, tap yes on the app. My thoughts are now seen. I am surrounded by voices chattering away. It seems as if everyone has so much to say. Some people have big voices that feel like storms in my head. They thrash and they scream. Others have voices that are soft and smooth, like freshly whipped ice cream. Like water, Mama's voice dances around, bobbing up and down as it leaves her throat, much like the waves that carry a boat. Daddy's voice is like air, soft as a light summer breeze that kisses my cheek, strong as the winds of hurricanes that abandon ships at sea. All these people around me, diverse and unique, I hear them all, but they do not hear me. I do not speak. I was born like this, no voice from my lips. I'm autistic. I use a tablet to be heard, pushing buttons with pictures that speak my words. Mama taps park now, no crowd. I love the park and quickly tap yes. With no crowd, I'll feel less stressed. Mama knew this, she always knows. When I feel comfortable and when my anxiety grows. I do things many people do not understand. I like to stare through the parted fingers of my right hand. I comfort the trees with hugs when the sun disappears. I like to spin barefoot on soft grass after the rain clears. There are some kids at the park with their mamas nearby. The clouds are still gray because the sky has just cried. They all turn to look at me as I jump and flap. One mother sneers, "That boy is handicapped." Mama inhales deeply, her brows crease. She closes her eyes, deep breath, release. Mama types quickly, her fingers a blur. The tablet she holds says her words. My son does not speak, but his ears work just fine. The words that you say go straight to his mind. Then Mama turns to me with a smile and taps on her screen. Wet grass, soft spin, shoes, socks off, bare skin. And I twirl in damp grass until I can no longer stand. I tap, all done. Mama smiles and takes my hand. Mama turns on her tablet and looks at the cashier, smiles and then types, "Small fries, root beer." It takes him a moment, but then he pushes the buttons too. Mama looks down at me. "Your turn, you choose." I tap my tablet quickly. I don't need time to decide. Chicken nuggets, orange soda, a large side of fries. And that's the end of our story. Thank you. And now we'll go to our classroom. You guys can sing us out and have a good day. Or not.
do it. I love that book. I had never seen a book before about an autistic child that used one of those tablets, and I thought it was neat because a lot of times we say, put down those tablets. But sometimes they're really important. Please join me in reading our covenant aloud. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I did that, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, I've gotten... Sorry about that. Okay. Thank you, yes. I'm missing a page of my thing. So, that's okay, I'll go by the order of service. It's now time for the offering. Let me... I'm sorry, okay. Every UU church is a self-supporting organization and pays its bills, including the salaries of our wonderful staff and the expenses involved in keeping the lights on and the room warm or cool as needed, come from member pledges and money collected during our offertory each week. Giving money and/or rendering services according to our interests and our talents is an investment in this community of wanderers and worshipers. Our November Share the Plate recipient will be the 111 Hope Foundation. By providing warm meals and basic essentials like socks, hand warmers, blankets, combs, and more, they aim to nourish the body and also provide comfort and dignity to those in need. For kids, backpacks of school supplies and mentorship programs create a supportive environment that fosters learning, growth, and a sense of limitless possibilities. For families, regular giveaways of groceries and essential goods are intended to ease the burden of financial strain and to ensure that no family goes hungry. I love their motto, "Together we can." Thank you for your kindness in all the forms it takes. With deep gratitude for the many gifts of our community and anticipation of the beautiful offertory Lily has chosen for this Sunday, I invite those in the sanctuary to please come forward with your offerings. We dedicate time in each service to an opportunity to share our joys and our sorrows, our hoorays and our aw hecks, those recent moments that stand out in our minds as important to celebrate or to release. I'll read the ones written before the service. If you have something you'd like to share, I invite you to let me know. Raise your hand after I'm done. I'd first like to lift up the disaster being experienced by the people in the Valencia region of Spain. The storms there have caused flooding that claimed the lives of at least 205 people. Rescuers are still looking for survivors. Jill Rago submitted two. She asks, please pray for my neighbor Gina, who broke her shoulder. And she also asks, please, I'd like prayers for me. I'm having a redo of dental surgery. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with your, and I knew that, but I'm having trouble reading your writing. I'm sorry. Yeah, she's facing dental surgery, so let's please hold her in our thoughts as well. And a joy, Ellen writes, so great to see our old friend Mary McMahon back to visit. Yeah. Welcome. Now, please join me in a moment of prayer, followed by a short opportunity for silent meditation if you feel moved to use it that way. Let's pray. Blessed Spirit, that which powers the universe and the little arc of life we call the earth, we are grateful for all the blessings we've enjoyed in this past week of living. We recognize and accept the challenges we've been faced with, because challenges either make us stronger or wiser, or force us to ask for the help of others, creating relationships and ties where they might not otherwise exist. And yet we allow ourselves the freedom of our honest reaction to those challenges, at least in our hearts, because although we may grow from coping with hard situations, we don't have to enjoy them. We're so grateful for this spiritual home, our friends here and outside these walls, our families, and all the other beings with whom we share the planet. May the events of the coming weeks bring a period of more clarity, kindness, and peace to the United States and all the people on earth. Amen. Is it me, or has there been a bit of an avalanche of things to worry about in the last few months? I've been worried about the wildfires. As a relatively recent arrival here in Southern California, the idea that wildfires are an annual threat is one I've struggled to come to grips with. Our poor wildlife neighbors must be feeling so embattled. I'm grateful that the fires are looking more and more controlled as the weather cools. I'm especially happy to know that Camp de Benneville Pines has been able to reopen for its autumn season. I think Reverend Maggie's up there now. I've been worried about the election. May it be peaceful, free, and fair, and may the results reflect the will of the majority of the voters. I'm always worried about those facing fear of violence or exposure or hunger, both locally and worldwide. But holding our hearts open to the joys and sorrows of the world exacts a price. Vulnerability comes with a baseline of generalized anxiety sometimes. Thank goodness for hope. Describing the state of the world starts to sound like a seesaw after a while. I can feel my own sense of well-being zooming up and down with all the zigs and zags, although I'm hesitant to say this because it feels like tempting fate. My life has been pretty steadily getting better over the last few years. Love, romantic love, but also love of place, love of family, love of community, love of this church community. That'll do that. World conditions change. Love is our constant. How do we express that love? Splurging on a significant, but within a sensible budget, donation to an organization that softens the hard edges of life's up and downs is a way a lot of us choose. It's great. Volunteering is another wonderful way. Reverend Martin Luther King taught us, and I'm quoting, "Everybody can be great because everybody can serve." You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. I'm having trouble today. You don't have to know the second theory of thermodynamics in physics to serve. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. One of the things I really like about us is our willingness to serve. We can all name an individual, or 3 or 5 here, who not only serve at church, but also look out for the well-being of others in their lives outside of church, as an educator, a health worker, a family member, an emotional support. Serving, feeding, sheltering, transporting, teaching people who are, for whatever reason, ill-prepared to do for themselves, is providing a crucial service to all of us. So, thank you. It's also a great investment of our time. It ensures that a safety net exists. The thing about safety nets is, once you need it, you have almost no control over what's available. People who are suffering from the lack of the most basic needs, or from a lack of time to address those needs, can't easily be there for others in the way they might wish. Even a bare minimum of economic stability empowers folks to work on their best selves. I see you making a difference. And so do many other people in your lives. It's amazing how we can inspire others to do the right thing simply by making our choices support and encourage what seems best ourselves. How else are we loving this world? We're moving away from the use of disposable plates and utensils here at church for the love of our environment. Can we expand that practice in other parts of our lives? At work, at school, other places where we have a little influence? Many of us carpool on Sundays to choir during the week. Some of us use public transport. It's not always the most convenient way. Jimmy will let you know that. But I want to lift up those who do it anyway. Some of us have chosen helping professions. Others are studying to do the same, just for the fun of it. How many people in this room are helpers in their personal lives or in their work lives? Raise your hands. Oh, Ellen, I know. Yeah. I'm thinking those who haven't raised their hands aren't considering all they do. Many hands make lighter work. May we always realize how important our share of the helping and the example that we set by helping is. Living and serving among helpers is a lovely and inspiring bonus to being part of a religious community. Ours for certain, but I'd like to think almost any religious community would describe that as one of their aims. Monte Vista UU is special, very definitely, even unique. But we're one church in a faith full of congregations, and we're helpers all around the world. The challenge facing us and every one of these congregations is, how do we most leverage our gifts and talents to best heal and support this fast-changing, perilous, beautiful world? Election after election, we will keep loving the world. It's what we do. Local conditions, and therefore world conditions, change, but love is our constant. When we accept the world's changes, actively loving it through its ups and downs, we're able to surf the waves of those changing conditions, and we help others do the same. This is what gives me confidence in days when everything feels really hard, a little scary. I invest my confidence in love. And now we can extinguish our chalice with our... Yeah, we have a song to sing. I'm sorry. Sending song, Love Will Guide Us. I did miss. World conditions change. Love is our constant. When we accept the world's changes, loving it through its ups and downs, we're able to surf the waves of changing conditions and help others do the same. I'm going to close this early because I'm sorry, one of the pages of my order of service was missing. So please be the love you want to see in the world. We are the ones that are going to keep us safe no matter what happens. Blessed be.